Hi, and welcome to our March reading roundup. We are at the end of March and the end of Lent, and we have read a lot of books.
So today we're going over our most and our least favorites from all of our Lent books, plus everything else, so let's get started.
So we're starting off today with the books that we read for Lent. We definitely had some clear favorites.
And our art book from Reader's Digest was definitely one of them. Just beautiful pictures in this book, and it was a great thrift find.
When we were reading it, we were mostly after the pictures in this one, but we did discover that there are a lot of beautiful essays and poems and reflections in this one, including some of the works of G.K. Chesterton, so that was definitely a bonus find.
And our favorite painting in this one was The Last Supper by Fra Angelico. Absolutely beautiful. This book was 5 stars.
Next up, we really enjoyed this biography of St. Maximilian Kolbe. We read it at the beginning of Lent back in February and reviewed it in our February reading wrap-up, so we'll have that link down below for you. Highly enjoyable.
And then another favorite was No Greater Love by Dr. Edward Shree. So this one had tons of interesting facts about Holy Week in it. For example, he mentions that the only person in the whole of the Bible to ever call Jesus just by his first name alone was the good thief on Good Friday when he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom."
So that thief had started off with the crowd and the other thief mocking Jesus, but he experienced a true conversion on the cross. And he had such an intimate connection with Jesus that he felt comfortable just saying, "Jesus, remember me." So I don't know, for some reason we just felt like that was really moving. And definitely reading this book has made the Stations of the Cross seem all a lot more personal. So again, this is another one we highly recommend.
So next was our Lenton Devotional, When Did We See You, Lord? By Bishop Robert Baker and Father Benedict Groeschel.
So this one deals with the corporal works of mercy. It's so good. For instance, in the chapter on clothing the naked, Bishop Baker talks about Mother Teresa and her order, the Missionaries of Charity, and where exactly they get those iconic blue and white habits that they wear.
So it turns out that those habits are made by lepers. Some of them don't have any hands or feet, but they're still able to operate the looms that weave the fabric.
So, wow, that one really hit us hard. You have Mother Teresa, lepers, the dignity of work, the value of every human life. What a great reminder for us. He also mentions that sometimes we tend to become cavalier in the treatment of the people who depend on us. And that's something that we need to guard against. So again, that really hit home for us. A great reminder. We're taking it to heart. This is just a really good book.
So next is Beckoning, which was another fun one. It was a 4-star read. So it is the story of Tabitha. She is a modern teenager who time travels back to the days just after Jesus' resurrection.
So this one takes you right into the book of Acts and all the action going on in that. The author puts her usual unique and fun spin on the story. There are a lot of twists and turns that make this one a fun one to read.
And it is the sequel to Awakening, which we read last year. So this is just a fun Lenten Easter duo.
And now on to 33 Days to Eucharistic Glory, which we started back in February. So tomorrow, Good Friday, is our consecration day.
So this book definitely had lots of great and inspiring parts. All good, but it also had its ups and downs.
Yeah, we always try to be really honest on our channel when we do book reviews. So I'm just going to say that some of the book felt really heavy. For instance, it starts out with an alarming list of statistics on how the Catholic Church is just failing in America. Now, Matthew Kelly does say that devotion to the Holy Eucharist will solve a lot of those problems, but it just seemed like a really kind of gloomy way to start off a book on devotion to the Holy Eucharist.
So a lot of the comments and questions felt kind of negative. He asked one question where he says, "What would the world look like if every Catholic was as good a Catholic as you?" Which is kind of strange, and like, yes, we could all do better, But some of the wording in this book just wasn't very encouraging, and it honestly felt a little bit like we were being shamed.
We're being shamed.
I said it.
Again, probably not his intention at all. But reading this book, in some parts, we kind of got the feeling like, oh, he's just fed up. He's just fed up with us. We're not good enough. I don't know. Matthew Kelly shares a lot of his own personal experiences in this book, which is great, not a problem. However, if you've read his other books, you've probably heard a lot of these stories before. So it's not bad to hear them again, but we felt like those stories might make a bigger impact on you, and the book overall might make a bigger impact on you if all those stories were new to you.
But like we said, there are a lot of good parts in this book. For example, he talks about how when you grow spiritually, you will probably lose some friends along the way who don't understand how and why you're changing.
So we thought that was good to hear. We've probably all experienced that at one time or another, so it's good to know that we're not alone. Also, the spiritual communion prayer that is in this book is just absolutely beautiful. So a lot of good stuff in this book, but overall, we would say it probably wasn't our favorite.
So that was a look at our Lent reading, and now we wanted to move on to our Catholic read-along book from Sophia Institute Press, which is this one, Catholicism Everywhere by Helen Hoffner.
So this one has so many fun Catholic facts about how the Catholic Church has influenced culture and society all down through the years. My favorite fun fact came from the section on healthcare, and it is that Pope John the 21st is the only doctor who is ever elected Pope. He was the personal physician of Gregory X before he himself was elected Pope in 1276.
And another fun fact was about the Hummel figurines. So these figurines were based on the sketches of a Catholic nun, Sister Maria Innocentia Hummel.
So this book introduces you to a ton of Catholic information, but it doesn't give you a lot of information on every topic. It gives you like a teaser amount of information with some beautiful pictures, so maybe you'll want to dig a little deeper. You could say that it's an inch deep and a mile wide.
But it's still a great introduction to a lot of different Catholic topics.
And last but not least for me, I listened to a really fun audio book set on Hoopla this month called The Four Kingdoms by Melanie Sellier. So this is a retelling of various fairy tales like The Princess and the Pea and Little Red Riding Hood, but the author puts a really fun spin on them, and she also connects the stories in a very unusual and fun way. So the stories that I listened to were The Princess Companion, The Princess Fugitive, and Happily Ever Afters. So yes, these are definitely princess books with a couple of fairy godmothers even thrown in, but again, they were a lot of fun. If you've been around our channel this month, you know that we've had a hard time. We did lose a dearly beloved family member, so these books were definitely a good distraction. They have action, adventure, a little bit of romance thrown in there, and the princesses are definitely worth getting to know. So that's a look at the books that we read in March. Let us know down in the comments how your Lenten reading went.
And also let us know about any other books that you read this month.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a blessed Holy Week and a very happy Easter, and we'll see you next time. Bye.